Mhm. Though you may not drive a great big Rolls Royce, diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in and sing. You got a gangster link and gangster white wall, TV antenna in the back. You may not have a rose at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, Lamborghinis in the stall. Just be thankful for what you got. Hey, peoples, how y'all doing? Hi, Primo Wanda. Uh, Peter Pablo, Mocha Drop, Cheryl Burnett. How you doing? Angie Dickerson. Paperback's available now if you are interested on Amazon. Who Shot the Caller? It came out in the next day, so it's available in paperback. Now, what I wanted to talk about, and I sincerely hope that I hate the idea of people piling up, but that's essentially what uh, internet reporting is, social media reporting is. We all kind of cover the same stories. So what impressed me earlier today, was there was a clip with DJ Envy in a car lot. He was buying his wife a present, right? And the present was a Rolls Royce Cullinan. I guess that's like a Rolls Royce truck. And when he was talking to the salesperson, he was saying, "How much is this car?" He was just bragging, boasting a little bit. The car was just about $500,000. This is $500,000 for a car, not for yourself, for your wife, right? Then in the same conversation, he was saying, "Well, that's about what we paid for the other one." So you have two Rolls Royce Cullinans, correct? Now we know that DJ Envy has car shows. He's a car collector. He travels, with these car shows. Some of the cars are I imagine most of the cars are not his, just people showing off their cars, kind of thing. But he has a lot of cars, right? And the thing is, these cars are $500,000. Lamborghinis are not much less than that. Maseratis, Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, Rolls Royce convertibles. If a car is $500,000, DJ Envy. Now, I'm trying not, I hope I'm not a total hater. But if you're working for the radio station, you own the radio. We're not talking about cable or television, right? This is a radio station, although it is syndicated, and it is probably one of the biggest stations or most popular stations in the U.S. at this point, right? Are they still paying you enough money to buy dozens of $500,000 cars? See, Envy, this is going to come up, I think, in your court case. Because these people are going to say, well, we understand that you probably make some decent money. As a matter of fact, they're trying to fill Angela Yee's job, and they're offering somewhere between $250,000 to $350,000, depending on your reputation and what you bring to the station, right? Between 250, that's a long way from buying $500,000 cars, right? Brand new off the showroom. This is the same thing, the problem they had with that Whitehead. He couldn't stop buying cars and bringing attention onto himself, and buying jewelry and things and bringing attention onto himself. So DJ Envy, you say you ain't make no money from this thing. You're traveling with this man, Pina. You say you never collected any money. You never got any money. You say also, we're just talking about a story that's current. You say also, DJ Envy, that you have invested and made money on many deals with Caesar. Although you said you're not making a profit on the current money that he has of yours. I don't think he has money of yours. If you are business partners, then of course you have money in the business. Wouldn't the partners have money in the business? I think when you go into a law firm and you want to become a partner, you have to pay your way in, honey. You got to have skin in the game, right? So I'm not impressed by you saying that he owes you money when he's your business partner. When you have offices right next door to each other, when you have got commercial after commercial after commercial saying that it is your business, you use we constantly, you say it's your business, right? And then you come on the radio and say, oh, I don't know anything about that. I never got no money. I never got no money. I think what GJ Envy is trying to say that I didn't take any of the money that he was collecting from investors. Right. So where were you getting the money from then, DJ Envy? From only the seminars? Is that what you're saying? Because the seminars apparently made some money. It said that those were people were paying up to $2,000 for those seminars. Maybe somewhere $1,000, $2,000, whatever. But when you compound that by 2,000 people, that's a pretty penny. But the way you're spending, the way your wife spends, DJ Envy, it is going to be real hard for you to explain that. And you know how the Fed is by the number of people you've covered through the years. When the Fed comes, they come and take possessions. So I know you're already nervous, and I don't mean to be piling on you, but my number is so tiny, I very seriously doubt you ever hear this. We're just talking amongst ourselves. How y'all doing today? Cars were beautiful. But what that woman don't need no goddamn 2 and 3 Rolls Royces, child. No telling what they live in. I can only imagine what they live in if they're in the real estate business, right? And DJ Envy, even if he makes $300,000 a year, he would be living very well. Although it's it's not the same thing as living in the Midwest or in some small town. He does live in Jersey, so we don't know how. I don't know how he's living. I didn't think to research it. It just caught my attention that why are you buying all these damn cars that are basically two of them? That's $1 million, right? You're gonna have to explain all that. So perhaps that's the reason. Now they're trying to say, oh, they say that they say, who the hell is they? Somebody on YouTube, tell please. There are witnesses that saw the Fed coming in there. There's a witness now giving testimony. She works in the building, girl. She saw them all over the goddamn building, the lobby, right? Coming in. Why would they come into your offices? Pina doesn't work there. I think all this flash might be a mistake. And there's also been said that your wife has, and I'm not talking about your wife. I'm trying to disrespect your family. But I'm saying she's been taking down a lot of the posts she's made showing off jewels and furs and cars and all this stuff. A lot of that has disappeared from her site, right? So apparently someone is advising you, more than likely your attorney, that we need not to be so flashy about money right now. What y'all think? Hot chocolate talk. Ooh, hot shot talk. Scorpion woman, how you doing? Okay. When's the next Wilson report? The bitch ain't say nothing today. I was looking. I went looking, Peter Pablo. She's usually a reliable source of content. I got a gorgeous blouse on tonight. You like the gorgeous blouse? What did it say? That's Hurley. Is that company, that sports company? I don't know. That comes from the anonymous benefactor as well. Scamming, shaming. I guess these stories, they're just interesting to follow them, right? And we ain't got a problem with DJ Envy. I don't think. I think he's a decent guy. He's funny, whatever. I know he's under a lot of pressure. And I hate to think of myself as the person who just comes and piles on. But, news is the news. This is what you're talking about right now. And I do think it's a curious thing. I do have an opinion about it. So we're just talking about stuff that's current. And that's a big story right now. So just like they came and got Pina, I don't know how long it's going to be, 2, 3 days or a couple of months before he starts singing, honey. Right? He gonna start singing if they're gonna offer him any less time. Now, I don't know what less time would mean. Would that mean 25 years as opposed to 35 years? Because now the people are talking in $100 million potentially for the scam, right? You collected $100 million and you can't pay your mortgage on your own house. You said you had houses all over the goddamn place, right? So you've already heard what my opinion is. I think he was taking the investors' money and then investing in properties for himself. So they're going to take all that, right? That's the only thing I can think of. Because why else would you not have all these Rolls Royces and stuff like DJ Envy? Envy's making the same mistake that Whitehead made. He wants to have flash, right? He wants to go out and buy flashy things and stuff and show them off. That might have been, this might be the downfall for him if they start digging around in his business. So we know that he makes a decent salary from Breakfast Club. He probably has some endorsements and things like that. But I think primarily his business was real estate, right? So if the real estate partner is crooked, then you coming on here talking about how you invested with him too. You didn't invest with him too, if that's your business partner. You invested in your business. You both own it. You're both your business. You have to sue yourself as well as him. Mm-hmm. They live beyond their means, especially being in an entertainment world where they see so much wealth. DJ Envy let greed get the best of him. It's starting to look like that, Ashante. We know the rappers, they got all that stuff, but a lot of times the rappers don't even own that shit. A lot of time that stuff is owned by the big wigs at the record companies. But still, it's all about flash and diamonds and cars, and I don't even know when you'll see the damn car really, because I mean he has shows, but basically you drive your car, you drive it into your garage, you get to work. I assume that you drive it into the building. That's what he collects. Whatever. But that is awful lot of spending, DJ Envy. You told that Rolls Royce dealer, how many have I bought for you now? And the dealer said, 6 cars. 6. Calculate that. How many millions of dollars is that? If they're all in the $400,000 and $500,000 range, $400,000 and $500,000 range, and you done bought 6 and 7 cars from just that person. Can we assume that since he's a collector, he hasn't bought all his cars from the same place? You're giving your wife gifts? God damn, couldn't you just buy her a ring or a bracelet, a tennis bracelet or something? Anyway, so she's got, I don't know how many cars she has, how many he has. I assume they live in a mansion of some sort, but that mansion would have to have what, 12, 13 car garage? Whatever. Their cars cost more than their houses. Enough said about his mentality. Have y'all seen his house? Hold on a minute. Have y'all seen his house, honey? Let me see. Go back to YouTube and let's just put DJ in. Is this Envy? But I'm doing now. Oh shit. Envy's house. I saw his car show, but it. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see his house. Oh, there she is with that car. She's so happy. I'd be happy too, honey. Okay, they're talking about, okay, is DJ Envy going to prison? Well, they got to have at least 60 stories on here about DJ Envy. I was just looking for pictures of it. Sometimes they'll tell you their house. They'll show you their house. Okay, DBG shades Rick Ross. Okay. So they say he's competing with Rick Ross. No, I don't see his personal house. I mean, it's got to be huge. It would have to be huge just to hold all them cars. But I don't know, Envy. It ain't looking good for you, brother. And then there's also scuttlebutt that a lot of these investors, the reason why these black people and brown people have all this money to invest, they have $2 and $3 and $4 and $500,000 laying around, is there could be drug money. Allegedly. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Allegedly, not everybody, some of the investors could be actually washing drug money. That would explain why these people, these regular, ordinary Joes, would have so much money to invest. Then he'd be probably dealing with dangerous people. So this thing is getting a mess. Like the shirt? Thank you, Lee. SMH, is no one watching Goodfellas? No. Thank you, K. Williams. Just like he said, I told you don't buy nothing. Take it off. Take it off. Get it out of here. Don't buy nothing. That is a huge problem. It looks like Pina, K. Williams, Pina, he don't spend his money on stuff that can be seen easily. I get the impression that he invests his in property under his name. He takes your money and buys and takes it, instead of investing in the property that you invested in to fix up and flip, and we're supposed to get the money back in 5 months. He takes the money and goes buy something for himself. But I hope he's considering that if the Fed, those are the ones who arrested him, when they come, they're taking possession of everything you own is in your name. So we don't know how smart he is. We know his mentor taught him in prison. So allegedly this was a laundromat. I don't know if they can pin him on them. You ask questions of where the money's coming from. When somebody wants to invest $1 million with you, do you have to know where the money's coming from? Although I imagine they do know where the money, or I don't want to know where. Don't tell me, oh, no, I'm cool. This is an investment. But if they are taking money from those kind of people, they put their very life in danger. Right? And when you go running your mouth, you better not run your mouth about the wrong people. But that would certainly explain how you can go out on a casual, because that was just one car. This woman was getting Rolls Royces and Lamborghini and shit for her birthday. Tim, we've discussed this. I know, baby. I know. We're going to discuss it a few more times because the story is just actually just starting. We all know that Pena's a crook. He gone. He's already wearing his ankle bracelet. People are only interested in the story because it involved DJ Envy. Now, I just don't know how. Many times I don't know how I feel about reporting on stuff, but I mean, isn't that what the news is? You talk about what's current, what's going on. Yeah, we'll probably visit this a few times, K. Williams. Pina spent millions of dollars on DoorDash. That's so silly. That kills me. What's her name? Sephora? they say Envy might have bought all them cars and Rolls Royces the days, right? But Pina, he spent his money on DoorDash. They fat shaming that boy. They don't want to say it directly, but when they say that he spent his millions on DoorDash, I mean, how much DoorDash could you get for $100 million, job? Please, he got more than DoorDash. That's moderator Gambit Carter. I wonder if it's an emergency. Pina spent millions of dollars on DoorDash and pizzas. Did he got pizzas too? It looked like he ate most of it. Bless that heart. We sold these people about flashing the money. Oh, you mean, okay. You mean, no, I meant we've told these people about flashing the money. That's a bad mistake. It's a bad. A lot of people make that mistake. I remember when I was a teenager, there was a family. It wasn't one of these big families in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the African American gentleman went and robbed the family, right? And they killed people. And the reason how they caught them, they had no idea who the people were. They got away scot-free, right? I forget how many people were killed. I was like 15 years old. But they were in California buying cars. That's how they caught them. So they spend the rest of their life in prison. You're right. Just like you said in Goodfellas, don't buy nothing. My connection when I was in the dope game, he got pissed off at me, pulled me over because I was riding a damn mountain bike. Now, granted, it was a nice mountain bike, but I figured, yeah, you can't even ride a bicycle. Hell no, walk, nigga. He got so pissed at me because of the people who you're dealing with. Why are you talking to these people if you have this expensive bicycle? And the point was that it draws attention to you. You don't want to be seen. When you go to the street, you go and you dress down. And even the pimps in the Tenderloin, late at night, about 4 o'clock in the morning, the pimps would come in and they would have big clothes over them, right? They would always wear these big clothes. I don't know what they call it, hip hop clothing. And then when they would get into the liquor store where they were going to kick it at, they take it off and they got silk suits underneath the big clothes and they got diamonds dripping all. And that's when they show off for each other, right? But they wouldn't show off for each other publicly. They would either be in the hotels or in this instance, in this liquor store or whatever. But when they were on the street, they had learned to dress down. Do not draw attention to yourself. Correct? You don't drive the big purple Cadillacs anymore, at least not here. You don't drive the big purple Cadillac. Leave the purple Cadillac at home, right? And you drive the hoopy down to the track. Don't draw attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know where people assumed that Envy was getting all this money for all these cars and things. I didn't know. I didn't realize that he was actually buying all these cars. I know he had car shows, so a lot of these celebrities and stuff would show off their cars. But no, he was talking to this salesman. He has bought 7 cars in that range. Now, if a car dealer is selling Rolls Royce Cullinans, they're not also selling Jeep Wranglers, right? There will be a luxury car lot. So all of their cars will be in that same range. Or the people, Rolls Royce is not going to let them sell cars with Volkswagens. So they're going to look into that. It's going to draw negative attention. A lot of this is going to come back on Envy. Now, I'm not saying that he won't be, maybe he will be able to escape. People with money do generally get away with crime. Look what Donald Trump has gotten away with. And it long before he started being the president, long before that, honey, look what all the shit he has gotten away with because he's paid all these army of lawyers. They got their surprise when he didn't pay the lawyers either. They got him off. Then they got stiffed. Yeah, but you don't see that many rich people in jail when you go to jail. Most of those are people who are poor, who have to take the time or wait for the judge. They don't have money to bail out. They don't have money for good attorneys. They're assigned a public defender who has maybe 30 people he has to represent. But if you got money, good chance you get off. Unless, of course, it's a murder or something. But nonviolent crimes. So, but what effects is it going to have on DJ Envy's career, however? All this talk. Y'all think I'm talking about the same thing. Child, I went to put DJ Envy in the search engine. He got like 3 or 4 pages straight of just talking about this story. That's a lot of people communicating about this story. It's gotten way out of hand. So what is the radio station going to do? Are they going to suspend him pending the outcome of this case? People just waiting for the other shoe to drop. We'll have to see. Mm-hmm. But one thing is certain, though. If they do, are they able to charge him with financial crimes? They will take all those cars away from him, and houses, and jewelry. We've seen the stories. They go in there and they take the woman's ring off her finger. This has been the year of exposing scammers. When Jay Wilson's story gonna break all these little petty scams? Maybe they can put them all together, honey. You see his face up there. I don't care. I don't care if they cuff him up in the back. I never been to jail. I never been to jail. Get in the car. Shut the fuck up. Scam after scam after scam. Hello, Wally over there starting trouble. You can't believe what Wally say. I kind of like Wally, but you can't believe anything Wally said. That's just purely for entertainment alone. You know, for anything, he gonna spend everything out of control. He turns his back on everybody. He gonna be calling DJ Envy all kinds of shit. But he's just covering what everybody else is covering. He over there acting a fool. Let me see. He could do so much better if he just tell the truth, but he don't like the truth. Wiley likes to mix it up, honey. The Wiley Show. We'll just see. But, you know, you can't take that. Take it with a grain of salt. Okay, Wiley says, Wiley live. Bondi Blue betrays Tasha K. Record talking shit behind her back. Recorded talking ish behind her back. This is messy. That's why you like it. Yeah, it's more celebrity news. Okay. Maybe we'll look at a little bit of that. Not Wiley again. Oh Lord. RJ, who Envy? You don't know who Envy is? He bragged about stealing from Sam's Club. Oh yeah, well they pulling up everything now. RJ Supreme. That's what I mean. At the case catch fire, apparently Envy was just talking about. I mean, he wasn't always a DJ, right? And he was living in the streets of New Jersey. So he had told some stories about things he had done in his youth, I assume, before he became a disc jockey. Some scams he had run. Sometimes people will look at that and say, well, this is the character of the person. So look what he was talking about when he was 22. But a lot of people scam and do all that shit when they're young. I mean, I hate to tell you all the shit I was involved in, right? But that's not me. It never was me, honey. That was the drugs. As far as I know, Envy don't have no drug problem, though. But yes, I saw that. He is confessed to stealing from Sam's Club and a few other places. Scams were run. It doesn't surprise me that people run scams. All them rappers, what do you think they did before they became stars? Or y'all call them superstars? Most of them are criminals. A lot of the damn record producers started off as drug dealers. And I think even Tyler Perry had started his business with drug money. A lot of business, people don't just have hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash laying around unless they're doing something dirty generally. Even the Kennedys, honey, they started off with bootleggers. So yeah, they're coming after Envy. And I don't even think he was a despised person or something. I mean, there are certain kind of characters that everybody can't wait to pile up on their ass, right? But he dealt with like Candace Owens. Wouldn't it be great to get her in something? But he was a well-liked guy. But you know, people don't care. It's news. I would fire Envy though, because FBI came to his job. Yeah, they go digging around in their files and so forth. They can find stuff on the company. You don't want them FBI coming messing around in your business. But if they fire Envy, I mean, I think he was the original one on this show, right? They done already lost Angela Yee. So the only person gonna be there, Charlemagne, he gonna have 2 apprentices with him. I don't know. if there was some kind of strong outcry from the public, they might, or are there advertisers? Michael Lamansall. Donkey a Day, brought to you by Michael Lamansall and Associates. If they have that kind of pressure on them, or if they find something, it's almost it's why would the FBI show up there if they didn't expect to find something? Right? We don't know what this other dude, Pina, has done told him already. He knows who his partners are, child. Right? And I do believe this thing with all this spending is going to come back to haunt Envy. They're going to say, well, you making $200,000, $300,000 a year. We expect you to have you a nice vehicle and a nice home. But as far as these 15 luxury vehicles at this 13-car garage, they want you to explain the money. And so far, nobody's come up with what happened to the money that they're supposed to be somewhere between $40 and $100 million that is missing. What happened to the money? Pina's wife said that there's no islands. We haven't bought no islands. We ain't got no offshore accounts. We don't have. Something happened to it. Pina got that shit invested in himself, honey. Everything that's the value of that company is probably his. But now, was he smart enough to make that in other people's names? Because whatever he has in his name, they're going to get. Also, Envy regularly stole electronics from Costco, allegedly paying off the guard. The guard was in on it. Maybe y'all know about scam. Honey, a lot of us is not as clean as we pretend to be. They come up hard, baby, but not up cool. They didn't make it, sugar, playing by the rules. They come up hard, but that's okay, because trouble, man, done got in their way. Hey. If he was that trifling, y'all sure flip on these people. Man have 7 kids in Hollywood. What man? Who had 7 kids in Hollywood? He lived a very extravagant life. 300K for a family of 8 is no money. So he got 8 kids. He had 7 kids in Hollywood. What do you mean? He ain't got no damn 15 kids, does he? RJ Supreme. He has at least 8. Yeah. So yeah, just living the cost of living on the East Coast, is pretty extreme. And 200,000-300,000 is not what it used to be. You used to be able to say that's a wealthy person. Not necessarily. San Francisco, if you make $130,000 a year, that's the poverty line. I'm not making it up. Look it up. If you make $130,000 a year, you have 1 child, you are living the poverty line. 6 kids. Somebody says 5 kids. Somebody say 7 kids. Somebody say 6 kids. Let's just say he got a lot of mouths to feed, right? Now, food don't cost that much, but a whole lot of different schools cost that much. A whole lot of different sports. He's a sports fan as well. Having all your kids involved in all the sports and things, it adds up. What can he do now, though? I mean, there's video all over the place about him and his cars. I'm sure if I looked in here a little deeper, I could find that house too, see how he lives. We're always curious, The main thing is that are these investors going to get their money back? I don't know that it serves anybody to put them away for 40, 50 years, because then you really ain't going to get your money back. When they take Pina up there and give him all them years in prison, which he's probably going to get in the Fed, That means all those people who have money invested in him, who were complaining that they hadn't been paid yet, they won't get paid. How are they going to get paid? He's in prison. They will if they sue. Oh my goodness. Yeah, RJ Supreme, they're gonna try. The more ambulance tracing lawyers, they're gonna try to involve the radio station because he had them on apparently repeatedly endorsing the product from their show. That's how people knew about them, from their radio show. So it is a possibility. If that happens, they will definitely have to fire DJ Envy. That'll be the end of him. They won't have any choice. They have to cut all ties with him. It's a hard sacrifice not being able to be on the radio, but society gave them no choice. Had to silence their voice if they gonna stay on the radio. They so tired. Everybody's complex. I would like to be a bug on the wall at that company. Right now, we see Envy's been on. The story's been hot for the last week. He's still coming on. And of course, I'm sure they're not going to be able to say anything about it on the station anymore. He's doing his best to look, but now knowing what we know that he's going through, he seems stilted now to me. But that's only because I know what he must be going through. He also took street money. Yeah, that's one of the issues. They're suggesting RJ Supreme that some of that money could be either drug money or just money they need to wash. Right? What do you call it? Wash it or clean it or something? Because a lot of these people who didn't appear to be rich people had a lot of money to be investing. We're talking, some of them were $1 million, $500,000. It seemed like all of them were at least $300,000, $400,000. You got that kind of money on your mattress? And it was all cash going into Caesar's pocket. Laundering. Thank you, Dina. You understand. You probably dealt with old people before. Your money laundering. Now, I know that very simply, but the brain just freezes up on me, honey. Yes, they're saying that a lot of that money could be laundering money. But if people are laundering that much money, I would be very uncomfortable about being in business with them when you got busted, right? They're just waiting to see what you tell them, right? And the Fed went down there. They want to get a look at them books. PPP money too? Damn. They got the PPPs? Oh, my goodness. When Charlemagne get home, that's all they talk about around the table. They can't say nothing publicly. Plus, they don't want to hurt DJ Envy's feelings. But this has got to be top news in all of their fucking houses. And a lot of them may have known or suspected something was going on. I'm sure Charlemagne don't drive 5 Rolls Royces. Now tons of celebrities did get PPP scams. They still arresting people. I see it on the news now and then. They didn't catch all of them. Mm-hmm. Well, if they can justify the money they had employed, they can get away with it, I guess. Oh, you're saying that maybe some people took some of that PPP money when they was all scamming for hundreds of thousands and try to roll that into real estate. That's a possibility, Dana. It sure is. That money had to come from somewhere. I don't think most of the people are just saving up that kind of cash to be going to give it to some fool over some real estate deal. And even if you are getting 30% increase, when you feel more safe, if this is your life savings, when you feel more safe just to keep your initial investment, I would, honey. If I had $300,000, I'm not going to go out there on a humble hoping to get. That's like gambling. Gambling with the odds of fate, trying to get over. That's what they're trying to do. Taking all that they can take. Hustling towns and ghetto streets, trying to get over. They might have went into it with the best of intentions, right? But money can be very addictive, right? The Bible says it's the root. It is the love of it that is the root of all evil. A lot of these preachers, they didn't go in it to be crooks. But when somebody starts handing you a pot, here's 200,000 we collected, Pastor, it's corrupting. Mm-hmm. His wife scrubbed her social media from all them gifts. Lord have mercy. It's an interesting story to watch, that's for sure. The feds won't recover all that info. Oh, they're busy. They're thorough too. They got whole departments. That's all they do. They follow the money. That and people gonna talk. If you know you're laundering money from people, you know you got a problem. You got a business venture with the Gambinos and all this kind of stuff, child. What was I gonna say? Right. So you got all this money out here. You think they ain't gonna find that? And the Gambino, now I shouldn't say that name. I don't coming after me, but whatever, gangster people, and they very well. I mean, we're talking about the streets of New Jersey. There may be some crooked people in there, right? And they don't like people who get out of jail, right? Because they think you told. So a lot of scrutiny comes on you when you've been arrested and got out. Believe me, I know that, T. How'd you get out? Well, we know how Pina got out, $1 million. So he got to pay up 100,000 cash for these people's money. Pina learned real estate in prison. Ain't no way he started with good intentions. Well, the prisoner, we can only imagine what he was doing in business, child. He landed his ass in prison, right? Those would be the things that he knows. A lot of people go to prison, come out criminals. Right. Shit, I went to prison. First time I went for shoplifting. I don't think the shit was even worth $100. But when I came out, I became a drug dealer. You can learn all kind of shit up in there, child. Make all kind of connections too. If they didn't give you a couple of phone numbers, because he knew the game. So when he came out, he knew the game so tight that he could actually educate Envy, because Envy wasn't in real estate before him. They helped each other. But Pina had to know the scam. They have to know it's a scam in order to show the profit, to interest somebody in it. DJ Envy friend is more guilty than him, but DJ Envy looked bad because he promoted it and did business with his friend. The FBI would decide if he should pay a fee or go to jail as well. Well, he ain't gonna pay no fee. If when you watch DJ Envy, all these videos are out there. He continuously says, "Here's what we did." He's standing right next to the guy. The guy hardly says anything. Peanut live online, he hardly says anything. DJ Envy is a celebrity. He's the voice, right? He continuously say, "This is our business." He's having seminars with this person, right? He's standing on one side of the stage, the other one standing on the other side of the stage, honey. Right? They are business partners. Now he's trying to downplay that and separate himself, right? But them people are not stupid. And then when you're in the video business, there's so much evidence. There's evidence all over the damn place, particularly about the amounts of money you've been spending. And they're not going to accept when Pina tells them, "Well, I spent it. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money." Oh, no, honey. No, they in business to find that money. Usually the people don't get. And then if they could end up busting, if people are laundering money there, They could end up busting them when they start digging into the business, right? When people start running their mouth. Speaking fluent French, oui, monsieur. We bought this property. This property right here. We bought that. I bought it for 20,000. I sold it for 300,000. We did that. I didn't see all the show. I don't watch this show unless there's somebody on there that I want to see. So I wasn't aware that he was on there repeatedly, apparently, promoting this product. And I do have to say, iHeartRadio, if he was on there repeatedly promoting this guy Pina from your business, and your disc jockey brought him onto your show, that would appear that your show is endorsing the damn scam. They could involve a good lawyer could involve them. We got to see. We got to keep following people. His wife scrubbed social media. Child, she better start giving them fur coats and things to her nieces and sisters and stuff, child. Because if they come and they come to seize, they seize everything. I've seen those federals when they come. You can ask Red Fox about that. They'll take the bracelets off your wrist. Now I don't know what, they don't sell it for nothing. I guess it's to humiliate you or whatever. They just take everything that's of any value. That would be a horrible story if he's in that deep. iHeartRadio got the money though. There's never enough money. Look at Fox Studio. How much that guy get? How much did he? $700 million they sued him for, and they had to pay it right because they got the money. You can't play broke like Tasha K if you're iHeartRadio, right? So no, that stings, baby. That will definitely sting. They had to fire their main person. If they fire him, what's his name? Tucker Carlson. If they fire him, you know what they're gonna do to Envy? I don't know what they're gonna do, because you would expect them to say, well, DJ Envy's been suspended pending the outcome of this thing, right? But then that would put him against them. I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. Ask Wesley Snipes and Lauryn Hill are trying to hide that money. And don't even bring up the taxes. You out here buying $500,000 cars and so forth. How much tax did you pay this year? You're only making $200,000, $250,000 a year. That's what I mean about the Fed, honey. You don't want to mess with them. They tied in with internal revenue. They all on the same computers. Oh, we haven't even brought up the taxes yet, child. Do I think there's a clause in his contract that prevents him from being terminated? Oh no, not if he's being accused of a crime like that. A clause he can't be. Well, any contract says you can't be terminated or fired until the end of the contract, right? They just won't renew your contract. But yeah, if he was convicted of a crime, they could probably still get rid of him. They have attorneys to do that. Plus, he couldn't work if he's in jail. He's going to jail. You're going to... No, I should do that. I kind of feel guilty about even talking about this dude. Brother DJ. You imagine they build all that up until you're in your mid-40s, and then to lose it all and then start from zero? It could end up being a horrible story. And even if they have to fight the shit, you're going to spend millions just fighting the case. Those things can stretch out for years. The lawyers always get theirs. That 3.2 SS is fine for me, Tim. 3.2, what's that? Social Security? 3.2 Social Security. What does that mean, Doreen? His wife was so gorgeous. She was living large, honey. Didn't he have the 12 days of Christmas when he's buying all this extravagant shit? You guys said, well, you rich, but are you that rich? I mean, does he make more money than Charlemagne when they be around in the same area? Whatever, the new person they're advertising, they said you can be paid from $250,000 a year to $350,000 a year, right? So they do make good money, but $300,000 is not what it used to be. It just isn't. It's not TV money. It's radio money. They're going to wait until he gets arrested. Dana, there might be withstand the one that says you can't commit crimes or ruin the station's reputation. Okay. So, Sephora is answering you. Dana, there might be, but it wouldn't withstand the one that says you can't commit crimes or ruin the station's reputation. Right. There could be a morals clause in there. Breaking the law would certainly be a moral issue as well as a criminal issue. His wife is so gorgeous. Them women going through, honey. Peanut's wife, especially her, she said, we ain't got nothing. Girl, how you going to explain that, honey? You ain't got nothing? You ain't got no Rolls Royce? You ain't buy you not one Rolls Royce? Child. What difference does it make? You have to give it up? Anyway, give it up. Ain't no use. You couldn't help yourself if you wanted to. You're hung up. Jail time. They said his wife, Peanut's wife, could be more involved than DJ's wife, even. So we'll keep an eye on it. Anything else happened today? Let me see. This is what you call a perimeter check. They tearing your ass up though, bro. That Tony the closer, he funny too. Talking about I'm about to come down with them sticks. Oh, those are guns. I did go ahead and then sign up for him. There was no reason to before, but he does seem to be a pretty amusing character. One of these ex-gangsters. You know, I like all that gangster talk. It ain't nothing but a gangster. Party, doom, doom, doom. It ain't nothing but a gangster ball. It ain't nothing but nigga. This a gangster ball. Party. They booked this so well in their podcast show, non-feed TV show. Wait a minute. You say Charlemagne had a book that sold well? It ain't sold that well. Books don't make money like people present. Well, they are celebrity. But they're not celebrity like Jada Pickett and all those kind of people. Yeah, he wrote 2 books. That ain't gonna put him in the position to be buying no Rolls Royces though. And he had a podcast show and done a feed TV shows. No, he's all right. There's been no Charlemagne is not implicated in this at all. He ain't got nothing to worry about. All he got to worry about is he may have to work with 2 new people. Break 2 new people in. Mm-hmm. You must be a fan, Lee. Lee said DJ Envy did a lot of events and private parties. That don't explain the millions, bro. I hope the best for the dude. You know, I mean, for conversation is much more salacious. You know, if they're being investigated, But I don't actually want Envy to go to prison. Mm-mm. Or take this kind of financial beating, because he's gonna have to. He is definitely on some of these civil lawsuits. I think he's on so far 9 lawsuits. He's his name is on them. And if these people really are laundering money, those people haven't come forward. If they already in the crime game, they don't come forward. So we don't know what the actual numbers are. I know when they had them seminars, it looked like 2,000 people in the audience. I don't know why all these people got $300,000 and $400,000, $500,000 in their mattress. Now, some people will to go out on a limb and get second mortgages on their house, and sometimes they get left some money. It really breaks my heart too when people are left some money by their family and then go out and blow it on some harebrained idea. And you put that money in the bank, you may not get as much money from it, but they acting like drug dealers. Let me give you a few, get it back in 30 days and all this kind of stuff. They need to talk them into rolling the money back in. That should have been a sign right there. Can I get my money? I can put you in something else. I can put you. I ain't even in this. Hell, my name's not on the deed. But this helped him a lot financially. The feds will pull all his finances. That's right, Kyles. Yep. Money is addictive, He could have I'm sure he had a lovely lifestyle, on what he was making. But people saying he got 9, some people say 9, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. That's a lot, particularly when they start going to college. A child, that's $100,000, eh? Each. Tony the Closer. I was watching him go off on Envy. It was really kind of amusing. Especially when he talk about somebody coming down his lobby, talking about they want to see him. He said, I'm bringing them sticks. I'm not hip to all of the current slang, right? I've been out the game for 20 years, but I like them sticks. He walked people into deals. Sure did. There's so much video evidence. The big part of court cases these days is video evidence. They got big screens in the courtroom. And even some of these people who are doing YouTube videos, they're just showing you video after video after video of DJ Envy not only endorsing this guy, but saying these are our houses. This is our business, right? Then come to our seminars. We. That proves guilt right there. Then you got to come on the radio and pretend nothing happened. He's on the radio, what? Are they on 8 hours a day? Would I read Envy book after this scandal? I don't know. The book came out to be an old scandal. I don't know what it is. Most of these guys are Puerto Rican, right? Because all of them are very, very light skinned. Now, I think Envy says that he is black, right? We never know what people's. We're black and brown people, but it seems like all of them look a lot alike. Pina, Envy, all those guys they ripped off, they were all light skinned men. So I think that's not uncommon in Jersey. A lot of Puerto Rican people there, mixed people there. I'm just saying they look like they could all be brothers. Maybe that was part of the trap. He like us. He one of us. Don't mess with people who done serve time repeatedly. They all criminal. Everybody got a record job. I don't think Envy has one, but Envy always just said he was a scam artist. He was ripping off them damn companies and stuff. So ain't nobody claim but God, honey. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. I can't cast no stone, but I ain't going to jail. It's gonna sell like hotcakes. People gonna want to read it. Celebrity scandals turn into memoirs are big, or maybe if he got to come back, that's what he'll use. Moral of the story: when your attorney say "shut up," do it, honey. Do it, do it, do it, do it, yeah. Nice and easy. Come on and please me. You got me hungry for your love. Sweet as a honey. What did that got to do with the story, Timothy? Nothing. All right, people. Thank y'all for coming on in. We'll keep an eye on this story. We don't want to beat it to death, but it is the story, so we got to follow. Thanks for coming in, guys. Later.